This one right here. This is my brother right here, man. This is my guy. Somebody who's been on this platform multiple times. Somebody who has had some of the most controversial conversations with myself and others. We talking about my man 100 Round Kado. He dropped God Got the Mixtape. This was supposed to be God Got the Rest, which is the album that's coming soon. But in the meantime, he gave us God Got the Mixtape, which is 20 tracks, 48 minutes. What y'all think?
I think this was a pretty decent project. This is classic Kado. We see the ghost of Ricky Graham make his appearance. Ricky Graham's. We got some, past experience content leading up to present day life and allusion to future expectations. So just a lot of ebbs and flows. I will say that the engineering on here was not consistent throughout.
Right.
I'm not sure if that was intentional because
you can blame it on Dallas Rose. It's fine.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not sure if that was intentional because it's being touted as a mixtape, which historically has less of a polished sound, but I do still feel like the engineering kind of missed the mark on some of the records. So uniformity in that, aspect was off for me. I wondered if some of the records were
blame it on the white man.
I wonder if some of the records that were on there. I mean, not I wonder. I know that some of the records that were on there were older records, or there were things that were pulled from older records and were incorporated here. So maybe that contributed also. But other than that, some of my favorite tracks on there was Shooter featuring Side Street.
Let's go.
That's probably my favorite, especially when it comes to the production on that record and the cadence and the whole back and forth aspect of the song. I like that. The conversational, then Zoe J. Simpson. What is going on?
Simpson was fire.
Zoe J. Simpson was fire. If not my favorite record on the entire project. Yeah, I think it's my favorite on the entire project. Just because, just like with Shooter, both records have that beat switch up that happens. But on Zoe J. Simpson, there was actually two very significant switch ups on there. And part of it, like, kind of. And it's like,
black like tu sais. Yeah, that shit was hard.
Yeah. So like the switch ups, the first switch up, it kind of signified that like high point where the energy kind of switched up on there. And then at the end, he did like this carnival / drill beat thing. And I was like, that's fire.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all noticed. What he incorporated at the end of that song?
What you incorporate?
The freestyle from one of the episodes. When he, rapped 1,000,000 bars.
Yeah.
That episode.
That's the bar that I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Haitian Pablo was an interesting record. Dude did a compa cocaine rap song. And I don't know if that's like what you would even call it.
Shout out my man Ezzy Guapo, man, Don Deezy, man.
And that song wasn't a bad song, but the engineering on there was a little wonky too.
It was hard.
Don't Be Cruel featuring Sho'Lee.
Brick ass.
Brick White featuring Tega.
Yup, Tega.
I was happy to hear Tega on there. I was like,
I think that was my favorite record.
Yeah.
Brick White with the Tega.
Yeah.
So my man Tega. Shout out Tega.
Yeah. Other than that, it was a good project, and that's really all I gotta say.
Brother Rick.
My bad. What you looking at me for?
I'm waiting for you to finish.
I said that's all I had to say. That was a cue. Why you all in my business?
This shit was just fading out. But Brother Rick.
Why y'all
so
the haters?
100 Round Kado. I would have loved to be part of that interview. I missed it. And Chits didn't invite us, but whatever.
Here we go.
Nah, this was solid, man. I definitely enjoyed this. I loved the production.
Oh, production was bananas.
My man, you obviously know you can rap, so rapping is not an issue. You have a lot of content. You got a lot of information to give to your audience. I like that you're giving a lot of your life lessons in this. And you're also talking about just what you're going through. I think that's important, especially as we evolve as men, as fathers, as husbands. And to hear that in your music is quite refreshing. JOSIE Simpson, one of my favorite songs. Absolutely great. Production was great. It just goes with just your aesthetic. I saw the aesthetic where you had the video originally shot for that. So for it to make the mixtape was really good. Ghost to Freaky Grams. I like that record a lot. Nice and short, but that just the way you rap through that, the passion in that, it was just amazing. You're a passionate rapper, which you don't get to say that often. You rap with emotion, you rap with feelings.
La pasión de la pasión.
Yeah, straight up. This dude's stupid. Kaka Voye. That song, definitely, you did your things. Rapping in Creole is not an easy task. And you make it seem seamless. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he could rap in Spanish too.
He could just rap. All in all, you're extremely talented, man. I would love for you to continue this onto your next record. I know you got a tape coming out soon. This was a great prequel to that. The one thing that I did have a little issue with was the engineering. It sounded like some of the songs were pre-recorded or maybe not recorded in the same session, so it didn't sound as fluid as I know that your projects have been in the past. But I'm sure that will improve with the next record. But all in all, this is amazing. I've listened to this every day since Chiz dropped it in the group chat, and I continue to listen to it every day. I've sent it out to my cousins so they can hear Kaka Voye, because it's really that good of a fucking record. So I'm expecting the music video for that, because that shit would go nuts. But yeah, keep doing your thing, man. The shit was amazing. Look forward to your next album.
All right, so Kado, my brother, I know we spoke about what was coming next and things of that nature. 100 round Kado, you are an artist, but you are also a person who I know and I love. There's nothing wrong with this as far as your lyrical ability and what you could do as a rapper. We all know you're elite. You're an elite rapper, my nigga. My favorite records, I'm going to go with Mitraillette.
Really?
Sé que yes. 100 round rattle Mitraillette. In the clip. Longer than the whatever. On the Mila Tres, I'm the best. I put it on my mama. Cool and get. Like, bro, I love that record. I don't know. Well, you know why I love that record. We're not gonna talk about it. But here's the thing, like, as far as the album goes, like, well, not the album, the mixtape. These are mixtape cuts. Because God Got the Rest is the album. And I felt like what you did here was you took some records that you liked and you loved, and you also took the records that you felt like can't make the album into a mixtape, which is great. This is exactly what a mixtape is supposed to sound like. That's why the engineering wasn't where it's supposed to be. It's a fucking mixtape, and that's okay. Like, but we have to call it out based on our grading system. The engineering wasn't where it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? The white man didn't do what he was supposed to do, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, you know what the fuck you got here, nigga. You know what you got. That shit with even the first record with Lazy Coca. You know, you had the reason why, which is, I mean, you know, the whole like a little interlude, whatever. But this first shit with Lazy Coco. Every time I hear Lazy Coco say Dios, I'm like something crazy about to happen. Nigga. I love hearing Lazy Coco speak Spanish because his Spanish is just as bad as my Creole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Narcissistic Libra. That's me. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? My shooter was Side Street Capo. There was so many records on here that I love, bro. The only thing that I wish, like when we're talking about an album rating, is the ability to create songs, not just tracks, right? But this is what you expect from a mixtape, so I'm not holding that against you. I know God Got the Rest is going to be everything and more that we wanted it to be. But all in all, my nigga, you one of them guys. You one of them ones. And also, you know, with the mixtape cover, you could have left your ugly ass off of it and just put 50 round Kado on there by himself, because he would have been good. You know what I mean, you would have got a little. You was number 10 in the U.S. on iTunes. You would have been number 5. I promise you, my nigga. You just kept your ugly ass off that shit, nigga. I'm saying that. But out of 5 red cups, my man 100 round Kado. God Got the Mixtape. 4.4. Come on, man. Shooters did it. No attempts. All of the above, man. You know I love you like that, my nigga. You know what I mean, shout out to you and the family, my nigga.